Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Monday night. Tonight I am more excited like tonight than I have been in a long time for a couple of reasons. One, because I we just came off one of the greatest events with the most excitement and the biggest launch in network marketing history, I do believe. The merger of nutraceuticals and pharmaceuticals, the amazing the price point, which is mind blowing to people, the compensation price point that we're going to be getting that is mind blowing to all of us, and just like everything surrounding it and how excited people are already getting just from post. So, um, when Jan and I were talking about, well, we're coming off a convention, you know, we could talk about this and we could just do like a recap. And then she and I both are just like, we need something dynamic for Monday night. We need to get this energy going. We need to give people a plan. And who better than the queen herself, one of my dear friends, Robin Packard, who, for those of you who do not know Robin, she is a gold ambassador in Singular. She is the top, she holds the top rank in our entire company. She is, and you'll have to, I do believe that she did pass $11 million, didn't you? She is, you're muted, hon.
Hopefully past 12 this month.
Oh, 12. So she is a $12 million earner in this company. And you know what? The thing is she is the top earner, but she is on the leaderboard every single week. She is the top point earner for Founders Club. She works her tail off. I have the pleasure that I get to talk to her and collaborate with her on a pretty regular basis. And is she impresses me more than anybody else just because of her work ethic and how she's competitive with herself. And I adore her. I think she is one of the smartest women I know. She definitely knows this industry and knows how to build a team and knows how to posture our new XMD. So you guys give her some love in the chat, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Robin Packard.
Well, how many of you guys are excited? Like, if you're excited, drop in the chats, because if you're not excited, it's time to get excited, because this is the biggest thing Singular's ever done. And I'm going to talk to you from two different perspectives tonight. One is from someone that's been 100 pounds overweight, and one is from a business person. And it's important that you see those different mindsets tonight, because I don't ever put profit over people. But I want to show you the power of what we're doing here. So let's start from a customer perspective. So I was 100 pounds overweight. I used what was an Ignite kit, but you guys, it was a tool, and not many can do what I did. And I don't say that from a place of like pride. I say it from, it was hard. I had PCOS. With that is a lot of insulin resistance. I had to hardcore stay on a pretty restrictive plan. There was nothing blocking out food noise, is what I'm trying to tell you. And as someone who my GLP-1 was probably wrecked, and just really hard, really hard. And the compliance on doing that, is somewhat rare. And as I've coached this last 13 years, there was just always this select group of people that I could not help. And that hurt my heart, because from someone that's been 100 pounds overweight and didn't like that feeling, I don't want anyone to feel like I felt, right? So there was just always a group I could not help with Singular. And if you guys heard me talk lately, my brother was one of them. He passed away during COVID. He had all the morbidities that aren't good. Like, he had high blood pressure, he was overweight, and it hurt my heart that I never could help him, fight the obesity battle. And if he was alive today, I would have him on a GLP-1 as fast as I could have him on it. And he'd likely still be here today, honestly. So just know that there's that perspective. We're getting ready to help, and you guys need to write this down. We're getting ready to help a lot of women that hit menopause and gained. We're getting ready to help a lot of people that gain their weight back. We're about to help a lot of people we never could help before. We're about to help a lot of people with peptides that couldn't afford to be on them, but now have a referral program that will help them make the money to stay on products that will really help their quality of life, inward, outward appearances. So you're getting ready to help a tremendous a lot of people. So what's great about this is like, who better? You already have customer bases. Some of you have been here a long time. And so, you know, you're going to have a pool of people that you can help. But if you've been someone that's been here a while, remember the days when you first came into Singular and maybe you lost weight and you were like over the moon and you were going to shout it from the rooftops of what you did. And what is going to happen on a business side is we're about ready to create a lot of Robin Packards. Let me explain. So I have a biology degree. When I came in, I wanted nothing to do with selling anything. You guys, if you know me well, I don't pressure people. I don't like high pressure situations of people trying to sell to me. So what happened to me, I came in, I loved the products. I started losing weight. People started asking me what I was doing. We're getting ready to get a lot of that. But what was great, I guess, is like I come in and I start getting thank you checks. I start getting thank you checks from Singular to lose weight. How wild is that, right? And we're getting ready to have a lot of people like that. When you are crazy about something or when something changes your life, it's very easy to share it. I'm the highest level introvert you could be. I could stay on this ranch every day for the rest of my life and only see my family. Now, they might drive me nuts, but I could only see my family and be fine with that. I mean, I love my friends, but I'm just saying the level of introvertism is insane over here. So if I can do it, every one of you can do it. There is nothing special about me. There is nothing unique about me except that I love to help people. And what I learned early on in the business when I lost my 100 pounds is you get the exact same dopamine rush when I help Jan Berg lose weight as I get the same rush as when I help Melissa Adams make her car payment. Helping people to me is helping people, right? Like I want to see people rise up and feel great, whether they lost 50 pounds and they can play with their family or chase their grandkids, or if I can help somebody actually go on a vacation, because Singular changed both of that for me on both sides. I lost 100 pounds and went on my first ever vacation. Isn't that crazy? I went on my first ever vacation, I think, when I was 34. My family didn't take vacations. My dad was a hard worker. Like vacations, you just didn't know. We didn't do them, right? So you need to start thinking on two different levels here. Who can I help on the health side? Who needs this, right? That's gonna be easy. Then it's gonna be, okay, who can I help make extra money? So think of the same people because they're gonna wanna pay for their peptides, right? They're gonna get a referral fee, but also we're looking at chiropractors that need to help their patients lose weight because I'm gonna be honest, like carrying around, so I lost 100 pounds. And if I went down to each sack of horse feed weighs 50 pounds. If I went down and carried two of them around every day, I'm going to need a chiropractor, right? So be thinking of chiropractors, be thinking of med spas. I have a friend that she's a med spa. Now she doesn't have to have a doctor prescribing them or overseeing it. She's literally going to refer them on. Most people that go into a med spa they want to look better, right? That's the main reason they're there. Well, weight loss is a big part of wanting to look better. So now she can easily hands off refer them onto a teledoc. And you guys, weight loss is such a sensitive subject. There are so many people, and you need to write this down because there's going to be a lot of people that do not want you in their weight loss business. And that's why they never came to you for Singular. But this is why I want you to write it down. That's why you need to say, hey, complete confidentiality. You're covered by HIPAA. Here's my link. I'll never even know that you were here unless you want me to know, right? Because like, I'll be honest, I wouldn't probably want to go to my best bud and be like, hey, I need help losing weight. I mean, I was pretty private about it. So super cool way we're going to do this. And that Singular will probably release more information on that, on how that they can get back to you. But when somebody does the peptides, they are 100% covered by HIPAA, which protects patient privacy. I don't know why that hand it is up. I think it's my hand, sister. I don't know. Lower hand. So they're going to be covered by that privacy, but that is information you need to relay when you're talking on social media, when you're talking to your friends or whoever is, hey, if you want to do this and you want to be completely anonymous about it, I don't even know you're there. If that's how it's going to be. So, and then I love that the teledoc is free. I love that you flex spending accounts through work is going to cover it. Not cover every, if you don't have a flex spending account, obviously it's not going to cover it. But HSA and FSA is going to cover it. You won't be going through insurance. The more vials you purchase, the more savings you're going to get. And I've been checking the pricing and it's very, very competitive. And what's crazy to me, I think in the supplement industry, what you've secretly been seeing about the last 2 to 3 years is people lower their spending on supplements because they're spending it over here on their GLP-1s, which no judgment there. But now say that same girl that's been spending it over here, she has a good reason to switch. We can offer competitive pricing, but she's going to have a referral link. So like now, like she's losing weight anyway, right? On products. Well, now just by sharing her story with her friends, she can start making a referral bonus. Like it's just the just opportunity here is off the charts amazing to me, of like all the different ways to go with it, all the different ways we can help people, whether it's with their health or financially. And I think you're going to just see like incredible boom in your business. But here's what you can't do. And this is hard. And this is where there's going to be some like self-discipline. There's a lot being thrown at us right now, information wise. And I know I was a minute late getting on this Zoom because I'm sitting here going through information, trying to make, a customer education workbook, a workbook for partners. When I have all that, you guys can have it as always. But like, we got to sort through some information. Change is always hard. But on the other side of change is something so big, I don't even think people realize the potential right now. And this market is booming. I mean, we're talking, I think it's a $500 billion market by 2028. So what we've seen in our lifetime, so I have a biology degree, I have a medical technology degree, is pretty incredible. They cracked the code on weight loss. They did. I mean, I'm not saying it works for every single person, but they cracked the code on weight loss. The American diet has wrecked the GLP-1. I mean, there's other peptides that so when people are afraid of peptides, like it's very similar. So a person that gets insulin, it's because their pancreas doesn't produce enough insulin. It's the same with GLP-1. A person that's body's not producing enough GLP-1, we're going to have to help them with this, right? So I don't think there's anything to be afraid of. Microdosing has really changed the game on helping with side effects. But here's what I love about this. That's not for me to decide. That's for whoever goes and sees the teledoc. So we'll be following the same compliance. We won't be, acting like we're going to cure, treat, or diagnose anything, because we're not. All we're going to be doing is referring somebody on. So what you need to be doing now is like we're back to you guys, nobody hates this advice more than me. Remember the old days? They're like, make a list of 100 people. And Robin, when they told Robin that on the day she was a Singular partner, she blacked out internally. And I was just staring at them. They didn't know I was blacked out, but the lights were not on, y'all. I'm like, I ain't making no list, no 100 people. But I'm asking you today, I want you to start making a list. Make 2 lists. The business opportunity, and that's going to be every person taking it too, right? And then med spas, chiropractors, anybody in that, gyms, personal trainers. I hired a personal trainer once, couldn't afford it. And we worked out almost every day for a month and I lost 1 pound and she cried. She literally cried. And I mean, I didn't cry. I probably wanted to, because I was like, I can't even really afford this in the first place. And I lost 1 whole pound, but I knew it wasn't her fault. I knew it was my body, like, would not respond. Right. So when you get a personal trainer, their results are automatically going to go up with the people they're helping because they have a weight loss weapon. Right. So don't rule anybody out, but make those lists, and you need to be contacting Something Big is Coming with XMD. And as Singular rolls stuff out, so back to my original point, is that there's 2 pitfalls that happen in network marketing, and you can't be part of this statistic. One is an overwhelmed partner does nothing. And right now we got a lot of information to sort through, right? So lean into the stuff that Corp's provided in the back office or in the app, and then leaders will be producing stuff too. So an overwhelmed partner does nothing, and then a confused partner does nothing. If on the bare bones of confused, what you need to know is this will be, say, XMD in your back office, and you literally going to tell people, start talking about peptides, learn as much as you can, and all you need to say is, I'm going to refer you on to a telehealth partner that will help you, and let them take it from there. Okay. And on the confused and overwhelmed, that means now more than ever, you need to be plugging into trainings and listen to podcasts on GLP-1 peptides. And there's a lot of really good ones, right? So don't be a part of that statistic, because what you will see is in a year, you're going to see a whole new set of leaders that you've never seen before. You're going to see people that sat at Platinum Director for 5 years in Singular be an ambassador. You're going to see someone that maybe hit executive and now is a gold manager. You're going to see them hit Platinum Executive. You're going to see some crazy stuff, because there are people already on these products that have been recruited. There's going to be leaders recruited. There's going to be other companies start being like, holy crap. Probably shouldn't say crap. That's not that bad of the word though, but holy cow. Like, look at what Singular's doing over there. So you're going to have to be real loud and proud. And I'm going to tell you something just from a leader that's onboarded a lot of people. When you bring in new people, start them where they're comfortable first. That means if they're a good, Melissa Adams is outstanding person to person. I'm not saying she's bad online. She's great online too. But when you get this brand new person, get them talking to where they're the best. Like if that's social media, what you don't want to do is get somebody talking all over social media that like struggles there maybe, and then they get crickets, right? I don't think anyone's really going to get crickets on GLP-1, but set people up for success. I'm trying to read the questions, so someone might kind of, who do you like most on podcast? Message me and I'll send you some. But if you just go Google, like, you'll get a lot of podcasts. I'm trying to think. There's been so many. I think I have some in my boards too on podcast, or I don't know. I'll have to look. I feel like Christy Bland sent me a bunch, and then I saved them, and then I started listening to some on my own. But educate yourself. And you guys, we all have that time where like we scroll before bed. If you were in the September shift, you know you should not be scrolling before bed, because that's like putting your brain on 2 cups of coffee. So listen to a podcast, or while I'm taking a bath, I literally sit there and listen to a podcast. When I go for a walk, I'm listening to a podcast. So that's a good way to like habit stack. Is there a minimum amount of weight that people must need to lose before they qualify? No, you don't have to have lost any weight to qualify. I don't know if I'm understanding that, but no. Can you give us an example of what you would say in approaching a business like med spas or chiropractor? So what I would say is, and use Chat GPT too to get you some framework, but I was like, hey, I know obesity is a challenge or like a vanity problem, and say we have a solution. We've partnered with over 200 teledocs to bring XMD. It's what do you call it? Why is that slipping my brain right now? But it's they will pre-screen your people and help your people. Literally all you do is refer and you'll get a referral bonus for working with them. And they'll know because med spas don't, like, they have an MD that generally oversees them, and they're not all of them are comfortable on signing off on peptides because that would make them have to look harder at what each person's doing. So this is a great way to put that liability somewhere else, and you're going to get better results. If someone wants to lose 15 as opposed to 50, that's up to the telehealth partner, whether they'll deny them. I've seen a lot of people that needed to lose 15 still get them, and they don't always go off of weight. Some of those ingredients, like I will tell you, PCOS girls are built for a GLP-1 stack because they have a lot of inflammation, they have insulin resistance, they have a lot of trouble. So I've seen girls that have PCOS get them and not need to lose any weight, but use a very, very small microdose for for their PCOS. Now, again, here's the great thing. That's not for you to pre-screen or predetermine. You literally will send them their referral link and the teledoc will do that. So in your mind, like, it's open for everybody. You don't have to make that decision. I don't want to make that decision. I don't want to pre-screen. I'm not a doctor, right? I don't even want the liability of it. So that all falls on the telehealth. Make sense? Any other questions? I mean, I don't know that I can answer all the questions because I'm learning, like, I don't know if it's at the same pace as you. What I would recommend to help stay organized, whatever Singular releases, if you use ChatGPT, load it into your ChatGPT and say, memorize this. And that's going to help you. If any of you use the Singular Success Sidekick, which is the bot I did, we're trying to load information in there. It's not fully loaded, so don't go ask now, but highly recommend you use your own ChatGPT too, because you teach your ChatGPT how to talk, and it's a great virtual assistant. So that'll help you keep up to date on data too. Now on ChatGPT, I'm always going to tell you, check the information, because every once in a while, it'll throw something wild out at you. So do you think the referral link will be the same link we currently use? I don't know that, Nancy. I don't think it will be. I think because what we currently use goes to your replicated Singular site. So when you click on XMD, they would have to then go click on XMD and then go from there. I believe, but I'm not 100% sure, you will have like an replicated XMD site that you will link to. A friend last night told me she's using Ozempic. Is the AI the same? Is that all the same for XMD? Again, that's going to be up to a doctor to talk about who can take the shot or not. Like the teledoc appointment is free, so they might as well take it and get the consultation. Yep. And that's something you're going to want to right off the bat go into this knowing I'm not going to tell people yes or no. I'm just going to refer them on. Do you know how they plan to handle lab work? I do not, and not everyone needs lab work for peptides. I'll tell you that. I know that just from researching it over the past 4 or 5 years. Yep. And the teledoc, if they feel like you need lab work, they can always. I don't want to give anyone the impression you're going to have to do lab work, because I don't think that's accurate. I still don't think that's accurate about the retreat. I think if you have a reason, they'll order lab work, but I think there might be some people that they don't even have to have lab work. Again, that's going to be 100% up to the teledoc. We don't know that yet. Any other questions? And I don't want anyone to come back and say, Robin was wrong. I'm just going off the information that I've been provided. And then I have a lot of friends that have been on peptides for, I have PCOS, so I have a lot of PCOS friends that have been taking peptides for the inflammation and different things like that. I'm going to disclaim, I don't take peptides, but I have researched them a lot because I have a biology degree. And when it came out, I was like fascinated. I was like, this is pretty incredible. But there's always going to be a place for nutraceuticals, because some people, okay, so I keep going back to diabetes, and I don't want anyone going online and being like, Robin compared it to diabetes and try to get me in trouble. But So like there are certain types of diabetics where if they clean up their diet, they don't have to go on insulin, right? They can lose weight, their body functions better. I feel like that's why there's always going to be that room for the gut collective, the gut glow, because if you clean up your gut health, your body can produce some more GLP-1 on its own. But there's always going to be that group that just needs extra help. I didn't see the chat. Do we talk to the teledoc doctor? Yeah, if it's something that you want to do, yeah, when it goes live, you will literally just go into your back office, click XMD, and then I believe schedule an appointment and it'll go from there. Yep. Any other questions? And I don't want to get 5 million into all the do's and don'ts because I have not seen the flow, but I kind of heard about the flow. And then I can't tell you who will get them and who won't. I know like that'll be up to a teledoc. You don't even want that liability because if you had the power to tell someone yes or no, you also then have the legal power to be sued. And you don't want that. That's why you are always going to stick to I'm referring you. I'm referring you. This is a referral. This is a referral because that is 100% up to the teledoc to decide who's for it, what they're going to get, what dose, all of that. That's not in our hands. You're not even going to recommend a dose. You're not going to recommend one versus the other. You are going to let the teledoc completely do all of that. And that's a beautiful thing. You want that. Anytime there's a pharmaceutical that can't be just in normal people's hands. You need to have a medical degree. Okay?
Hey, Robin.
Yes.
So I know that you said to make a list, but what is 3 things that we could do on a daily basis to talk to people, say to people, get people ready, on a like being very consistent with 3 things before this launch?
I would start doing education on peptides. That's easy. Zingular provided you with some of that. So look at that. I would start talking about what peptides do, what they are. Literally, even if you just post them, I would be talking to customers about what's coming. The customers you already have, maybe that didn't hit their goals or all of them, or just, hey, women, you know why women have more heart attacks and strokes than men? Because women have way more inflammation. And in some of those compounds, there is specific peptides to inflammation. So, I mean, that's something great. That's a tidbit for someone who doesn't need to lose weight, but someone constantly inflamed. So I'd be talking a lot about peptide education. I would be reaching out to old customers and I would be prospecting new people that on the business opportunity of what peptide's going to do, which is blow up businesses. Yeah, and Dawn said I'm most excited about that, reducing inflammation. I mean, I don't think most people even realize how much inflammation. That's why you see those girls, they're always trying to sell those dry brushing where they're trying to get their lymph out of their face and the bloating. And I'm always like, okay, I mean, I don't know, maybe this is the way my messed up brain works, but I'm always like, okay, well, cool, but then it's going to come back. How about we address the inflammation? You know? So yeah, and then Heather just brought up you're going to be talking about good nutrition. That's one of the education you talk about. You can lose a lot of muscle mass when you lose weight. So that's why we're going to really work with clear protein. So you're getting that protein in. And so what you lose is fat, not muscle. We never ever want to lose muscle, especially women in our 40s, 50s and up. Never want to lose muscle. You start losing muscle, you lose metabolism, then you start losing bone density. The worst thing you can do for a woman in that middle-aged bracket is start losing muscle and bone density. Not good. And then, you know, if you follow me, my team stuff is open or whatever. Like, we're going to be trying to do a lot of education. We're going to be trying to do a lot of opportunity Zooms. So I'm really excited about that. Just right now, we're having to sort through a lot of stuff. But I want you to write this down. I will not be a statistic. And the statistic is A confused partner does nothing, and an overwhelmed partner does nothing. Your job is to plug in and invite. If you're not doing that and educating yourself, you will be left behind. And I am not the type of person, I like to walk in like faith. I don't walk in fear, and I don't want other people to be afraid, but like we can't do it for you. Nothing's worse than being a leader. And I mean, I'm probably going to work on this workbook till 10, 11 o'clock tonight. Then nothing is worse in the world for me to then create stuff and then people don't utilize it. So like dig into peptide stuff. Dig into what Zingular's telling you. So because if you're going to refer, you at least need to know what you're talking about. And you guys, it's not over your head. You can keep peptides. Chanel did a really good job talking about just what peptides do. They're messengers, right? They're messengers in your body, and like sometimes they're just not working right, and we got to get them working right. So plug in, do your due diligence to invite to different things, and you will be like, if you're new here, like the sky's the limit. If you've been here, maybe you've fallen back. Here is the golden rings. Like, so Oliver called me and right before he released it to the top leaders, and he's like, I got to talk to you about something. And I had been praying for days, like, and Melissa knows this because we talk, like, what can make Zingular just like the peak of direct sales? What could just skyrocket us? And in my mind, it was peptides. And then when he called that days and he's like, we're going to do peptides, I was like, holy cow. Like we now have the fullest toolbox in the whole weight loss industry, because big pharma is just going to prescribe peptides. They're not going to talk about anything else. They don't care. They're just going to get them in you. And then Zingular, we're only here talking natural. But when you combine the two, you now have the fullest toolbox in the weight loss industry. Like imagine what I could have done. Like I wouldn't have had blood, sweat, and tears when I did it in 2012, and we're just going to be able to help so many more people. And we're going to be able to just knock it out of the park. And you guys know me, like I don't do fake hype. My face does not lie. So, but this is going to be a game changer. And my heart is like screaming for everyone, like we got to get everybody ready. We got to get everybody ready, because I do not want to see anybody left behind because they didn't get plugged in. Right. So that's up to you. As leaders, I think corporate will do all they can do, and the leaders are going to do all they can do, but your job is to plug in and invite when you see stuff pop up, and stay in the game.
Yep. I love all that. And one of the things that I'm telling people, and you want to, it's just like everything else that we do. And Robin and I have talked about this a whole lot. You've got to keep it simple with these people. And the thing that I'm telling people that I'm talking to is basically you're an appointment setter. You don't know anything medical. You don't know anything about what they need. You don't know anything about what the telehealth is. All I'm going to do is set you up an appointment. If you decide to get, if they decide to order from their telehealth visit, they're going to get paid. And then, find out, just tell them, do you want to make an extra $500 a month? Then, you get however many, 6 people on the, 6 to 10 people.
Oh, that reminds me. Sorry, my menopausal brain, perimenopausal.
I was waiting for you to jump back in with something. I knew that would happen.
Okay, good. Okay, hold your thought, because I know I'll forget this. So, the 2 worst times of years in direct sales is around the holidays and then summer. And that drives me crazy. You know what times of year are the highlights of the peptide game? The holidays and summer, because everyone wants to look good for the holidays. They want to look good for summer. So like you just completely bridged that gap, right? And then the second is like, can you imagine the commissions? Like if you sold a customer an Ignite kit every single month for a year, that's what's about to happen. Like, I can't believe Zingular is not putting you on a residual schedule where on the second month you make lower. They're not. they're just gonna bam, bam, pay you every month. And what you got to realize with people on these peptides, they stay on them. They stay on them till they hit their goal weight, and then they microdose down to a maintenance level. Like they get on them and they stay on them. Or if the worst case scenario, they get on them, they hit their goal, and then they switch to the nutraceuticals, which we got them covered over there. So like you just blew your retention through the roof without messaging them, how's it going this month, Jan? Which you're going to want to message your people. And, you know, some of them are going to want to do it privately, but you just fixed two of the biggest problem in direct sales. One, the downtimes of year that we all hate. And then number two, the retention. Incredible. Like what more could you want? Like it doesn't get any better than this. I know that. It doesn't get any better than what we're launching right now. Okay, sorry. I hope now you didn't forget what you were saying because I interrupted.
And do you really think it's been 5 minutes? I mean,
and then you still get it. Stephanie brought up the point about coaching, and you still get to coach them on the nutraceutical side. If that's the part you really love, you still get to do that. And Singular's doing a really good job of at the XMD pointing them back to that.
Yep. And that's what, when you're talking to your people about, you know, the partners getting started and finding out what kind of income they need. So think about what kind of income you want. What do you want that you're not making? Subtract what you're making on an average now from what you want to make, and then figure out, I mean, I'm averaging an average of $50 a person that gets on the peptides, because it can either be 40 to 70 depending on what they put them on. I don't know what they're going to put them on, so I'm averaging $50. So how many people do you need to get on your peptides a month to get to the income you want? And then everything else is bonus. Like everything else, all of the support stacks they buy, bonus. All of the bonuses you hit, bonus. All of the Singular stuff you sell, bonus. You decide your paycheck, get those people on your on a rotation where they are on these peptides, and then everything else that you do on top of that is going to be extra income. So figure out your income based on the people. And Robin is, I mean, listen to her. She knows what she's doing. So again, you can't just sit on this training and not take it and apply it. I mean, you're wasting your time if you don't take what you're learning and apply it. And watch her. I mean, follow her on her Instagram. She does her reels every single day. She posts every single day. She does what she needs to do in order to grow her own audience every single day. That's key.
That's why I'm on the leaderboard.
Yep.
People keep asking me, and they all want a secret sauce. And I'm like, the secret sauce is showing up when you don't want to. It's showing up. I sell a lot in my stories, and I try to post every day. And you know, it's crazy, but like your audience, we talked about it at my retreat this weekend. They have to know you, like you, and trust you. They have to look at your stuff on social media and be like, me too. Huh, I do that too. Or huh, like she's just like me. So look at your stuff and be like, do I show them that to let them know that? Because chat GPT posts don't work. Corporate graphics don't work. It literally has to be like getting to know you, getting to know facts about you. So like take a hard look at your social media, and you know, real life relationships are always going to win. You know that, but your social media, that's how you reach a mass amount of people. If you're on a GLP-1 story, share it. If you're thinking about getting on it, share it. Do some education, talk about inflammation, different stuff like that. But you've got to put out content that makes somebody go, me too, which I signed a pretty big influencer, but I hate to just use the word influencer, because she's a team builder. Like she really is. And it's literally, we became friends on Instagram because we both were like, huh, me too. Me too. I wasn't recruiting her for Singular. We both are ranch wives. We both have boy moms, and different things. And we both literally kept watching you and like, me too. So that's what you're looking for right now. What about our weight loss products? Yeah, we can still talk about these too. So the way I'm going to talk about it, and I think everyone should, is I have a full tool. So say Jan is who I see. Sorry, like I don't see very many people because of the way my Zoom is. So I see Jan. So I'm going to use Jan. So Jan comes to me or she sees that I have a weight loss story. I'm going to say, okay, Jan, I have a pretty full toolbox of how you want to go about this. If you want to go completely natural, I did that. It's attainable. Then I've got this for you, the metabolic burn bundle. But if you want like more or you've tried everything and you don't feel like that path alone will help, we can go straight to the peptides. Or we can do natural and transition, whatever you feel good about. And Jan is generally going to have an opinion of, I want to go natural or no, I've heard of peptides, my friends on them. That's what I want to do. So you just say, this is my toolbox. What feels good for you? And then go from there.
And when you're posting about, I mean, there's going to be people initially reaching out that have never reached out to you about Zingular that are going to be reaching out to you about these peptides. Because if you're doing what you're supposed to do on social media and you have branded yourself and been here for a minute, everybody and their brother and their mother and their dog knows that you are on Zingular and knows that you have Zingular. So you've got an entirely new arsenal that people are going to reach out to you for just for the peptides. And so the secret sauce is going to be pairing those nutraceuticals with the pharmaceuticals. So
yeah, and Zingular, I mean, I don't know what the final website will look like, but I know that it keeps trying to point you back to nutraceuticals. Just know though, once they go to the XMD, like it becomes private, it becomes their journey, not yours. And then they're going to talk to a teledoc who's going to recommend whatever. The teledoc will only talk peptides, and then the website will do the lifting of. So, like, you are the one that needs to be on social media talking about protein helps with muscle mass, educating them. And then Zingular posted some slides during the convention talking about why paired together it's magic. So that will be your job as a partner to talk about. Just like your job used to be, you know, hey, do you want to focus on gut health or do you want to focus on like the metabolic burn bundle? Two different bundles, but they work two different ways, but you can lose weight. I mean, that's going to be up to you. And a lot of people are going to flat out just be like, I want peptides. I've heard about them. So I don't judge either way because I know there's some people that their bodies do not respond to average weight loss solutions. That's why there was a lot of people bashing peptides when it came out. And like, I wasn't one of them because like, I know from losing weight, it doesn't matter how you lose it. You still need collagen to help your skin snap back. You still need to be getting protein in or you're going to lose muscle mass. Like I knew that anyway. And so like, if people ask you about, oh, I don't want to get Ozempic face or Ozempic butt or whatever, you just say, okay, then you're definitely going to want to be on a collagen. You're going to want to be on clear protein.
well, we have taken enough of your time. I am so excited about this. Thank you, Robin, for
Thank you.
for your education, for your knowledge, and all the things. We always appreciate having you on. And Jan, you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, I just really appreciate you taking time to share with everybody, and I know that that you're just you're a powerhouse, and anybody that's following you knows that. And but you also have the kindest heart, and you're such a down to earth person. And I think that a lot of times people think that anybody reaches out to you and you're willing to step forward and help, and that is so kind of you, and love that. And anyway, just truly appreciate you. And I think this is a time for all of us. We're going to explode. And like you said, if people are watching and being consistent, stepping in and doing the things, and not just sitting back watching, but stepping in and doing the things, you're going to change your family's future for sure. So
you are. And for those of you that are scared, I'll say this and I'll say it again. I mean, you're going to have a teledoc partnering with you to answer your concerns. But if my brother, it always hurt my heart that I couldn't help him lose weight. And if he were alive today, I would have zero problems putting him on it immediately. I would pay for it myself. That's how strongly I feel that some people just need extra help. They just do. So thank you guys. Appreciate you so much.
All right. Well, I'm going to close out and declare Ephesians 3:20 over all of you. God is going to do exceedingly and abundantly more than we can think or ask because we honor him. His blessings are going to chase us down and overtake us. You are in the right place at the right time, and I declare a boldness to rise up in you. God will open supernatural doors. People will seek us out, and we will, and we are going to rise in the ranks, and we're going to give him the honor and glory for it. Love you guys so much. Y'all have a great night. Thanks, Robin.
Love you. Thanks, guys.